undead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets, mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked night.
Oh, wrong side. Oh, how did that happen? You right?
That was unhinged.
It's like Ant Deck on the wrong way around.
Felt wrong.
You right?
Me first, you second, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, not bad. When I see Jurassic World today, Jenks.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Saw it on Wednesday.
You didn't tell me about it.
To be honest, I was so underwhelmed I couldn't even be asked to give my rating. I just did. Do you know what it was? I don't know if you agree, but there wasn't enough of it for me to shit on, but I also was bored shitless.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was bored shitless. It was an entertaining movie. I'm ranking it around 3 stars, 3.5.
Yeah.
Plenty of fun in it. It dragged a lot, right? There's loads of parts in it that dragged.
Yeah.
They kind of rush into it at the start where he gets Scarlett Johansson and Henry, the guy from the museum.
Yeah.
And they say yes, and they're like, right, let's go then. And they go, and I was like, oh, that was quick. They're gonna get to the island quick. But then they spend 50 minutes in the boat.
Yeah, and you know, this is a very nitpicky thing, right? I don't know if you noticed, but right at the start, you've got writing on the screen where they give you a recap, and they said, all the dinosaurs have died out, and some of them are only the ones surviving are in like whatever they said,
the equator, close to the
equator. And I thought, okay, yeah, a bit of info, no problem. Literally, the first line that Scarlett Johansson says in the taxi. Well, as you know, all the dinosaurs are dying out because you see that one in the motorway. And I was like, why have you written it when you've already dropped it in? Like,
you've already given us that bit of information.
Yeah, and I know when they put the prologues, it's lazy exposition, but you know sometimes it's okay. But don't do both of them. Such poor writing, you know.
No, I quite enjoyed it. It was 10 times better than Dominion. I mean, I don't think I ever finished that film. I think I've tried twice. I haven't finished it. It was a step in the right direction, Jenks.
Yeah.
Considering how bad the last two were, in my opinion, I didn't really like the last two.
Awful.
Lost Kingdom and Dominion. I couldn't find many good factors about them. Whereas this one, it had a little bit of that magic, even though they've got genetically modified dinosaurs, which people had a problem with in Jurassic World when you've got the Indominus Rex. Yeah. People didn't like the fact that they had those in there because the T-Rex is scary enough, and they kind of do it again, and it's pissed me off.
It's like what annoys me about the Jurassic Park is 7 of them. Like the first one is just so good. Not even like Spielberg could replicate in his own sequel, you know, and that was pretty poor. But like this idea that people are getting bored with dinosaurs, we got to keep on modifying them. It's like that's ridiculous. That's like saying like a ghost has to have machine guns now because it's getting boring. It's like, no, it's still good. You just do what you got to do with them. It's nonsense to say that.
Don't make the humans bored of dinosaurs because it wouldn't happen.
No,
it would never happen.
No, you don't get bored of giraffes. Like, it's boring, 4 legs. I want a short neck giraffe. Fucking bored of that long one.
No one's ever, right, in the history of mankind looked at a shark and gone, boring.
Why hasn't he got 3 heads?
Why hasn't he got a laser on his back?
There is a film with 3-headed shark in it.
3-headed shark attack.
Yeah, terrible. But yeah, I go. There's a zoo near where I live called Folly Farm, and it's a proper zoo. It's got lions and giraffes, and no one's to ever go like bored of that lion now. Good shit. Still fucking awesome. But you know the Jurassic World. Like, I don't mind Jurassic World. It's got loads of flaws, but I can easily watch that film. I like Chris Pratt and stuff. But if they wanted to modify, say, I don't know why they just didn't have a working park and then things go wrong. That would be enough of a plot. And then maybe have another sequel where people are getting bored. Don't have them getting bored straight away when it's the first time we've seen a working park, isn't it?
Yeah. Like you've got kids like driving through the park on a train and they're like,
It's bullshit. Isn't
no,
it?
no kid has ever gone to a zoo with animals you see every day and done that.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
know what I
nonsense.
mean?
I know. I mean, I got guinea pigs. I'm still looking at them. They're like, fuck, these are awesome.
I spend 10 minutes every morning looking at my turtles, right? Before I go to work, I stand there with my hands on my hips.
Is turtles euphemism for your balls? Oh, I love those turtles. But but going back to the new one, like again, it had elements of the first one. You could see they were leaning into the horror, and I like that part of it. Now, I just was a little bit numb, and it could have been that I'm just spent on these kind of spectacle films. Maybe if it's my first ever Jurassic Park, I'd be like, "Fucking hell, this is good." But the big modified monster at the end, it's not a spoiler. It's just like, is this Jurassic Park? He looks so different to any dinosaur. I just thought this might as well be an alien.
He didn't look like a dinosaur. That's the thing. He did look like an alien.
Yeah, it looked like more like Cloverfield or something.
Yeah, 100%. But it's been great for cinema, Jenks. It's had a 308 million opening.
Is him.
I've gone a week late and the cinema was packed. Outside the cinema, you've got a guy in a raptor suit. You've got all fossils set up, and I like it because it's cinema still being relevant. And if a movie comes out, even if I don't like it, if it does well, I'm there for it. And it kind of rung true with Megan 2 failing. Now, I didn't care about Megan 2. I didn't want to go watch it. Still haven't seen it, right? I go to cinema a lot. I really didn't fancy Megan 2. And Blumhouse has released a statement talking about how the disappointment of the box office, which is bizarre. I've never seen a producer do that. So he's come out and released a statement and said, basically, we thought Megan was Superman. We can do whatever we want with her. People will come and watch it because they love the character. Turns out that wasn't correct. No one really cares about her. The first one did well because of that TikTok dance. I know the second one's come out. They've taken all the horror elements away. No one's interested, right? But what he did say is that I really hope this doesn't deter people from making original movies. Now, say for instance, you've got a sequel and you've got a great out there idea for the sequel. People may be put off now because they go, oh, well, they tried to do that with Megan. The first one was a big hit. The second one flopped. And I was like, shit, that's true. It is because of Megan bombing at the box office. We may miss out on great movies now because other filmmakers are going to go, oh, I can't do that idea. Nobody's going to get behind it. Like, this isn't Terminator. This is Megan.
This is the thing. Like, I read that article and I do take my hat off to Jason Blum because he is like very innovative, and I do like what he's doing. He's had a lot of flops, and maybe he's like spread himself too thin. But for me, I could see the problem. We had a discussion about it. I could see that they're making a mistake. You were saying about the popularity of the first one was because of the meme. I don't think the people who enjoyed the meme actually watched the first one. I think you assumed that like that film was a success because of that dance, but it was people watching the dance, now not necessarily even seeing the film. My daughter, for one, oh yeah, I love that dance. She don't give a shit about the film.
Yeah. But that's what they do though, innit? They go, right, we need to make this PG-13 now so we can get a younger audience in. But then you do the sequel and you strip everything away from it so we can go even younger and bring younger people in. Apart from, there's a bit in the trailer where it says, hold on to your vaginas.
Yeah.
It's appropriate for kids.
Yeah, and I just feel like they were leaning into this, like trying to overly sexualize Megan.
Yes, I agree.
And also, like, I thought, okay, I was talking to a client, saying, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with changing up the story." I said, "No, that's not what I'm saying. But you're changing the genre. It's a big difference. I'm all for like mixing it up. I don't give a shit. Like if Fright Night 2 was very different from the first one. Like I'm all for that. But this was like, I don't know, Barbie, and then Barbie 2 being about fucking zombies. It's like, no, it's the wrong target audience.
It's a much bigger flip than T1 and T2.
totally. They're still both
Much bigger.
sci-fi. So this
Yeah,
plot was flipped up, but the genre remained the same.
Yeah, of course.
There's some horrifying, like Terminator 1 is sci-fi horror. We forgot to include it last week. And I realised and I forgot to include Life. You actually mentioned that.
I did mention Life.
Yeah, we did. But anyway, yeah.
We had too many films.
But the only similarity with Megan 2 is that the villain thing is flipped. But you cannot change the genre. And look, me and you love horror, and hence the fucking channel.
I know.
And none of it. I text you. I said, "Are we watching Megan?" As if like I was hoping you'd say no. And if you say, "Oh yeah, we should do it," I'd be like, "All right, I will." But you're like, no.
Funnily enough, when that text came through, I was sitting next to Ab, and I went, "Oh shit, Jenks went to see Megan too." And then I text you back saying, "No chance, I'm not going to watch it." And when you said back then, "Thank God," I was like, "Oh, thank God," because I was hoping you would say no, because I didn't want to see it.
Look, the first one's barely horror, but it still falls into horror. This is like so far removed from horror that we like, nah. Fuck it.
I'll catch it on streaming for free when it comes out.
If you want to watch Megan 2, guys, look at if you want to see a review of it, look at Davey Deathray's channel. He loves it.
Yes.
He's got a tattoo of Megan 2.
Right, should we say hello to everyone? We've been waffling for 12 minutes.
I will, no problem. So
I promise, guys, we have got an agenda tonight. We're not just going to talk shit for 2 hours.
Anyway, we got Wendy's in the house, Evening Curtis and Jenks. How's it going, Wendy?
Hiya, Wendy.
Ella's in the house. We got Ella.
Hi, Ella.
Ella Star, sorry. We got Vivian, a regular now. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
A big contributor to the channel, making us watch shit movies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. although I got to say that was my favourite show ever.
It was a good show. You were a little bit drunk though, so.
How else am I going to fucking get through that piece of shit? We got Eli Cortez in the house. What's up, Jenks and Curtis and all the Twisted Nights. Jordan Moran's in the house. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Jord.
I'm going to leave this one to you, Kurt.
Go on then.
Come on, eyes shut.
We've got... No, I'm not ready, Jenks. I'm not ready. Don't put me on the spot, all right?
right?
I'm not quite ready yet.
Do it.
Eli says, don't forget to slash that like button and sub to this amazing channel and consider becoming a member of the Mighty Twisted Knights for some awesome perks.
Awesome. We've got Palf in the house. What?
Hi, Palf.
I thought Jurassic World was amazing. There's nothing wrong with Jurassic World. There's lots of flaws, but it's an easy watch. Yeah. But the second one, The Fallen Kingdom, for me, was pants. It's all set in a house. I was cloning humans.
Cloning humans, that's what I switched off. Yeah, I hated it.
And then at the end of it, they release them to the wild, and then they take over the world. It's like, there's only about 10 dinosaurs in that house.
I know.
That's like if back to Folly Farm, like if they released the dinosaur, released all the animals, it wouldn't just be lions everywhere forever. Oh, they're everywhere now. They just round them up, wouldn't they? Stupid. We've got Tyler Adams. He's in the house. How's it going?
Hey, what's happening, Tyler?
We got Gory Tiger. I love that name, Gory Tiger.
Hiya, Gory. How you doing, pal?
Yeah, how's it going? Where's the name come from? Is it maybe a play on Army of the Dead? No one's referencing that film, although I love that film. We've got where are we? We got Gina's in the house. How's it going, Gina? And
hiya, Gina.
We've got another return viewer. We got Popcorn Horror Evening, chaps. As always, I'll be catching up on the stream tomorrow in full. Hope you both had a good time at your gigs recently. Well, before I move on, I will. Curtis didn't have a good time in his, but I bought this.
You absolute turd.
Yes, I went to see Oasis yesterday. It was the greatest gig experience of my life. Honestly, I felt very vindicated. I don't really care if people like Oasis because I love them. And it was just the hysteria in Cardiff for the last 2 days. Film crews and everything. The show was immense. Even if you are not that fussed on Oasis, everybody likes at least a couple of their songs. And if you don't, you're just trying to be spiteful, I think. You're just fighting it hard to say, I hate them.
Yeah.
But whale of a time. I went with your father. Oh my God, It was so good. Yes. And you went to see Lance Morissette, didn't you?
On Wednesday I did, yeah.
Not quite the same.
The gig was great. It's just the venue was awful. They had 35,000 people and about 20 toilets. It was ridiculous.
Is it?
And it was one of those crowds, once you're in, you're stuck, like. So
Yeah.
we left like 20 minutes before the end of her set because we were like, it's going to take us hours to get out of here. So we had to do a runner, like.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so you don't know what she ended on?
We could hear it. We got to the car, we could still hear her. She ended on Rain.
What song?
It's like rain
Oh,
on
yeah.
a
It's like
summer's day. On your wedding day.
Oh, is it ironic? Ironic,
Isn't
that's
it
called.
ironic?
Yeah,
Yeah,
ironic.
that's the one,
I like her. I gotta say, she got in the
Yeah, she's
90s.
great.
She every song was about her ex-boyfriend, and I started getting a bit whiny. Like, all right, love, nobody really cares. Same as like
Anyway,
Adele.
Yeah. Cheers for jumping on. I'll
Yes,
appreciate it.
cheers. John Moran says, I actually thought it was pretty decent. I'm guessing you're talking about the latest one. My 5-year-old loved it despite shitting himself the whole way through. Yeah, it's got a bit of Dora Explorer vibe to it. If you're looking for that mild adventure vibe,
Yeah.
as
No,
the film, I mean, sorry.
I enjoyed it. I give it a bit between a 3.5 and a 4. It's got its problems, but like I said, it's going in the right direction compared to the last two.
Yeah, it was Gareth Edwards did it. He did
Yeah.
Monsters, didn't he? And
Yes, and
Star Wars. Yeah. Tyler Adams says, MCU Spider-Man, people don't want web swinging in NYC. Give him an Iron Man suit and put him in DC and Europe. Yeah. It's when you put DC, what do you mean, DC of the place? Oh, yeah. Or DC the
Well,
comic.
he went to DC, didn't he?
Where are we now? So let me just go through these. Tyler Adams said, but I really enjoyed all the water sequences in Rebirth and some great suspense and horror elements. The water, the element with the boat was actually from the first book. And it's probably
really?
the only, or the second book, I don't know. But it's the only thing they didn't use in those. They picked that book apart, and it's finally that scene where the T-Rex was chasing him in a raft or a boat.
Oh yeah.
They
Of
finally
course.
put it in. Popcorn and Horror says, and I made a point of watching Presents. Here we go. As I was curious who I'd be more in line with on my experience. Must say, actually enjoyed the movie. Yes. And Davey Deathray said he loved it. Got a tattoo and everything next to his Megan one. Fairly unique in the way it was done. 3.5 out of 5. Yes.
But he didn't waste money on it, like cinema money, like going to cinema. And
you're
nitpicking. He's saying, oh, it's fairly unique only because he probably watched it at home. Easy. I would have enjoyed it more at home.
Look, you're nitpicking now, Curtis. Gina says, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, subbing, and becoming a Twisted Knight.
Thank you, Gina.
If you want to be a Twisted Knight, that's our membership program. It's 99 cents. We got one tier. We used to have a cafe, but we figured one strong tier so everyone can be part of everything. We got a lot of comments here, Kurt, today. Let me just go through a few more. Gina says, I haven't seen any of the last year's horror yet. I need to buy loads, but I have over 500 DVDs, fair play, to go through that. I might with my brother to see what I want and don't. Also just got the producer's cut of Halloween 6.
Nice, Gina.
I haven't seen Halloween 6. That's not HD. That's not H2O. No, that's 7 is a H2O, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, Edward Jenkins Rawhead Rex remake in 2004 was top draw.
Top draw.
There's no Rawhead Rex. Which one's that now? Oh yeah, that's the terrible Clive Barker one. Vivian says, did you watch any good movies this week? Well, I watched an old movie this morning. I watched Day of the Dead, Curtis. I felt like something I'd seen before. Couldn't be out. My brain wasn't working this morning after last night. Stuck on Day of the Dead. Love that fucking movie. And I watched the making of straight after then. It's so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've watched Adam Sandler films, to be honest. I usually do that when I've got my daughter. We both love Adam Sandler, so I watched The Waterboy and Wedding Singer, 2 of his best.
Oh, I love them. Oh, I agree. I think those 2 are the best. And Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, 100%.
Don Keats says, hiya, Don. Have I said hello? No. She's
No.
she's usually so late, see, that my brain is just not
Hasn't
assuming.
processed her name yet.
Yeah. I've been quietly lurking since the beginning, just been listening. All right. Hope you're both well. I thought she was leading up to something and sinister, listening to see if you're going to slag somebody off. Gina says they remade Rawhead Rex. I used to get such a laugh with that when I was a kid. Rex looks ridiculous. They haven't remade it.
No. There's no remake of that one, is there? Sure, there's no.
If they did, they couldn't make it worse. Yeah.
No. Absolutely not. There's a lot to improve in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to improve.
Tyler Adams says that was a good kill though. The tiger eating that dude's head in Army of the Dead. Yeah, I'm rewatching it at the moment. It's a great movie. There's a lot of hate for that film, and I don't know why.
You know why, Jenks? It's a very silly film.
It's a silly film, but fuck, you have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, of course, but it's
Jordan,
more like unwarranted hatred, you know.
Oh, listen, every single flaw in that film, I completely agree with. But as a zombie fan, everything in that film he gets right when it comes to the zombies. The look of them, the bloodshed and things like that. John Moran says the Oasis set list looks great. I spent yesterday watching the Black Sabbath live stream. Fair play. From 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. Absolutely amazing. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Should I get through them all?
Yeah, you missed out this one. We've got
sorry.
Sam Jones. What's happening, Sam?
Do you want to read the last few, Kurt? My brain's hurting me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for jumping on, Sam. We got Vivian. I almost forgot about the stream. Kind of down today. I feel better already. Well,
yes.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Vivian. Hopefully we can cheer you up. Look at that. Don't ruin it, Jenks. Don't ruin it. You look like an absolute turd. You wore that all night, didn't you?
It was got a bit warm. Well, the good thing about bucket hats, you can push them in your pocket, and they.
Yeah. Sorry to hear you're feeling a bit down, Vivian, but glad you're feeling a bit better now.
Promise we will. I got a hangover, so you should feel better than me.
Ella, I saw Kneecap on Friday. Had a great time. I think Kneecap are great.
The film is amazing.
Their movie is absolutely outstanding. Such a good film. How did they get Michael Fassbender?
Yeah.
How did they get Michael Fassbender in that film?
He's got skin in the game, and the Irish thing. It's that Irish hook in it.
Yeah, of course. But,
because it's a very political film with music spliced.
Yeah. Skilly says, "Hey y'all, just dropping in for a minute. Have a great show. Thank you for jumping in, Skilly."
A minute.
Hey, people are busy, Jenks. People are busy. Palf would love to see Kneecap. What have we got?
So, Kurt, I saw the Kneecap film on one of those unseen screen things in the audience, and it came on. It was all like Gaelic subtitles. I thought, I've come into a shit film. Oh my! I don't like rap. I don't like reading subtitles, and I had a fucking blast. It was so good.
Film. John says, "Can't believe you didn't know that about the toilets, Curtis. You ought to know." I know, I go to a lot of gigs, but I've never witnessed anything like this. I queued up over an hour to use the toilet. That is ridiculous.
Kurt. You ought to know is the name of a song she wrote. One of her famous songs. That's his
okay. Touche, John. I'm not that clued up on Alanis. I went for my girlfriend. We've got Aston Luck. Hi, Aston, pal. Thanks for jumping on again, mate. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it.
Look at this. He absolutely won't get the reference. Oh, come on, have faith in me. Oh, that's a George Michael song, actually, isn't it?
I rescued him, Palf.
Oh, so is that what Palf's wow was? Is that what Palf was referencing when she said wow? He won't get the reference.
You were queuing up for the toilet. You were queuing up for the toilets when that song came on, innit, Kurt? Come on.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Eli says, saw The Menu again last night with my wife. Such a damn good movie. 5-star film. 5 stars.
5 stars. Love it.
Absolutely incredible. Nicholas Hoult is on the best run I've ever seen. The last 3 or 4 years, he's been a busy boy. Yeah. Oh, my God. Vivian, I saw The Changing and The Reef this week. I watched The Reef too, Vivian, yesterday. Stalked, the sequel. It was okay. I give it 3 stars. Very mediocre shark movie, but the shark looked good.
I've seen The Reef as well. I quite enjoyed it. The Changeling, there's two of them. There's a horror one and there's
George
another.
C. Scott is the original one with a young boy who got murdered. That's a very great film. Very haunting.
There's
The
another one
Angelina
with
Jolie one.
Angelina Jolie,
yes.
yeah. That's quite
nothing,
good as well. No.
Yeah, nothing to do with the other film though. Just
no,
the same
but there's
title.
a really good horrible serial killer in it. He's fucking really nasty. Quite underrated film.
He says, anytime we can hang with Jenks and Curtis is an awesome day. Thank you so much, Eli. We love hanging out with you guys more.
Yes.
John says, I will say to everyone, go and see Bring Her Back. Absolutely unsettling amazingness. I went to see 28 Years Later yesterday morning as a palate cleanser.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
It's so good. He invented a word.
Yeah. Me and Jordan were actually chatting the other night about Bring Her Back because I was trying a VPN, Jenks, to watch it on Amazon USA. So I bought a VPN, logged into my Amazon. It's there, right? Rent, £20. I click on it. I go to pay for it. And because my card isn't connected to an American account, won't work. Yeah. So I still haven't seen it. But I bought this VPN and couldn't watch it. Checked loads of websites, everything.
You should have sent 20 quid to someone in America and they could pay for it.
I was thinking about doing that. But then if it doesn't work, am I going to waste 20 quid? I don't know.
20 quid's expensive, I think, for a rental, isn't it?
But I will pay it to watch Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
Batcher says, hey up everyone, Bill 8, hope you're all good. Thank you for jumping on anyway, pal. We appreciate it. You're a legend. Right, should we get started with the show, Jenks?
Are we caught up?
Yeah, we've been waffling for
that's part of the charm. Okay, so tonight we are doing 2004 best and worst horror rankings. I was going to have some useless facts about 2004, but we've waffled on so much, I think we better get cracking. Good. So my categories, I'm getting a little bit more creative with my categories.
They're not going to be creative, are they?
No,
they're just not.
Right? Can we ask the chat, because this is a very interactive show. Which aspect you prefer? This one, so you can see our handsome faces, or this one where the tier is bigger, but you see less of us? And be honest.
So basically, guys, do you want to see less of us or more of us? Forget about how big the tier ranking is, right? Do you want to see less of us or more of us? Bear in mind, right? I can do this.
Right. While we ask the chat to vote on this view or this one, I'm going to tell you the names of the tiers. They're really clever, Kurt. You ready for this?
Aye, go on.
All right. The bottom worst one is, oh my God, that's shit.
Hats off.
Clever.
Jenks, put your Oasis bucket hat on and then take it off again. Hats off, pal. Hats off.
The next one is, well, that's not quite shit.
That's not quite shit.
Yeah.
These are statements, Jenks. They're not tier names. They're statements.
Okay, sweet.
Is the one up a little bit better? A little bit better.
Much less shit than the last shit one. No, that's the end of the shit part now. Next one is, hey, not bad, boyo. And the next one is, whoa, that was bloody awesome. That was the lazy one. I admit that.
The boyo one's only good when we've got Davey on, because we get him to say boyo.
Yeah, and the last one, because you were mourning last time, is just top notch. Yeah.
There we are. That's
can we see what they're saying, Kurt?
Well, I think we're 2 for 2, Jenks.
Where are we? Less of what? Us or the...
No, more of us. Right, so Ella and Dawn say the first one. Oh, look at this. 2 seconds. Eli, anything you need here in the States, Curtis, just let me know. I got you, brother. You're a legend, Eli. I may have to take you up on that part.
I got to say, I think we should have the tier bigger, because I think people like to see the actual films.
Yeah, we are. That's fine.
If it was unanimous, I wouldn't say, but I would.
Wendy wants to see less of us. Thanks, Wendy.
I know. Yeah.
So Wendy's making us watch Birdemic, and she wants to see less of us. I think she might be a troll. Don't boot her. Don't boot her. And any of our mods, don't boot her. She's a good channel member.
Right then, Curtis, you can kick this off now, because randomly. This is a film that you insisted on me including. I haven't even
nasty.
I haven't even heard of it. So it's called Club Dread. I don't know any about this, so
You know nothing about it at all.
never heard of it. I didn't even think it was a comedy when I got the image.
right.
I thought it was like an Adam Sandler film.
This was a big film for me, right? This came out in 2004. I remember it coming out, and it's a comedy horror, and it's set on an island, so it feels like a Scream movie. So you've got a mass killer, and someone you know is the killer, and you've got to try and work out who it is. But it's a comedy group called Broken Lizard, and they're kind of like Monty Python, where they were a group of friends that came up on the comedy circuit. They used to do stage shows. And then they moved over to the screens. So they started doing movies together, and they opened up with Super Troopers, which was a massive hit. A lot of people have seen and loved Super Troopers. It's got a sequel and a third one on the way, right? And then that's a big hit. Let's do another one. So they do Club Dread, and it sinks them. Critical and commercial bomb, right?
Yeah.
Critics hated it, and it cost 8 million to make, and it made 7 million. So it absolutely tanked. But
Fucking hell.
I'm sure this one had a lot of love on DVD when it came out, because I love this movie. I may be in the minority here, guys, but this is hell of a good time. Now, it's stupid as shit, but Bill Paxton did record his own album in it. Bill Paxton plays Coconut Pete, so he's a washed-up musician who basically runs the island. So it's his paradise, right? But it's phenomenal. If you like Bill Paxton, watch it for him alone, right? But if you like comedy horrors, this one leans more into the comedy. It is very silly, but there's some great horror elements in there, guy. You've got Machete Phil. You've got some great characters. You've got some great kills. And this is one I have been watching on repeat since 2004. I'm a big fan of this movie, and for nostalgia alone, I put it in top notch, Jenks. I love this movie.
Top notch.
Yeah, I love it, Jenks. I love it.
Okay, so I'm not going to put it anywhere. So would I enjoy it?
No, absolutely not. You'd hate it.
Isn't it strange? Like, like Bill Paxton is so good in True Lies, right? As the comedic element of it. It's amazing he hasn't done more comedies, because he's really got.
He's so funny.
He steals the show in True Lies, I think.
I gotta say, he's quite funny in his serious roles, just because of his mannerisms. Yeah. He's never that straight edge, apart from maybe Frailty. When he's not funny at all in that.
Yeah, and I suppose, saying that though, he's in Weird Science as well, and he's brilliant. Forgot about that. So I not normally like reading these comments, but to get the moving, I'm going to put them on the screen just so you can still be included.
Of course.
Right. So next up, I'll kick this one off. The next one is The Grudge, the American version, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. I have to say, I've only seen this once. I remember being very underwhelmed. Now, maybe on
Sarah Michelle, I want to be a fella.
Yeah. I remember not enjoying it that much. I don't remember hating it, but I remember being very underwhelmed. I remember thinking it was a poor man's Ring, because the American version of Ring was so amazing. And again, maybe on a second view, I might change my mind, but I don't remember it being shit, but I'm going to stick it in the middle, because it's the best I could do.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one in a long time, Jenks. I can't remember being obsessed with it when it came out. I much preferred The Ring. When did this come out? 2004.
2004.
Do you know what, Jenks? Do you know what? Before we went live, I googled what year Club Dread came out.
Well, even though you told me to include this, you already knew. And then were you double checking, or did you want to know?
Oh, I just forgot what the show was about, Jenks. I don't know. I just forgot.
I think, seeing as we took 34 minutes to get to the ranking.
Well, yeah, exactly. I thought this was a Jurassic World review. I really want to go back and revisit this one. Now, I remember the remake more. So the remake of the remake, the newer one.
Yeah, that came out in 2020 or something, didn't it?
Yeah. I didn't mind that one. I think that one got a lot of unfair hate. Not the best movie ever made. It didn't break any records, but very solid horror film. I'd agree with you, Jenks. Hey, not bad, boyo. But I've watched The Ring a crazy amount of times. I haven't gone back to this one that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember reading the synopsis for it when it first came out, because I hadn't watched the Japanese. With The Ring, I'd watched the Japanese one first, because I love that cover, and then I love the American one even better. But
Yeah.
with The Grudge, I read there's about a curse that spreads like a virus. I thought, oh, that's really clever. And you watch it, it's like it's not really about that. That's like almost like false advertising.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
agree with you. Batcher definitely cashing in on the ring.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so next up, hang on a second. Edward Jenkins says 100% they remade Rawhead Rex. It's like a pantomime horse. They had John Candy as the ass and Dan DeVito as the front.
Fucking John Candy.
I'd watch that.
You absolutely would.
Anyway, next up we have like this is not quite horror, Kurt, but I thought you might. It's just give us an opportunity to talk about it. Dead Man's Shoes.
Yeah,
Do you want to kick us off, Kurt?
Yeah, Shane Meadows' masterpiece.
Best one he's
This
done.
movie is phenomenal. You've got a young Paddy Constantine. I didn't know this was on you, to be honest, Jenks. This was a good shout.
I snuck it on.
Toby Kebbell. And what a twist in this movie. Now, there's plenty of horror elements. It's a pretty grim film, and it shows the dark side of Britain. Now, if you want to know what Britain's really like, watch this movie. Really...
The north of Britain, maybe.
Yeah, it really shows the dark side. And I'm really gutted Shane Meadows hasn't done more like this movie. Paddy Constantine somehow is terrifying in this movie. I think it's the only time he's been terrifying. He's such a lovely guy, and the majority of the roles he's played a really nice person, but he's not a horrible person in this one. He's doing the right thing. So his brother's basically been bullied by these group of yobs, and he's come back for revenge. I won't say anything else for anyone who hasn't seen it, but even these guys, and you know that they mean business, they're terrified of him. You've got that scene where he's up against the wall, and the yobs come out of the car, and he basically confronts him by the wall, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he tells him, he's like, I was in your room last night. I held a blade to your neck.
Yeah.
And you can see the fear in his eyes, and that great line where he says, "You're there, mate. You're there." Oh my God, it's so iconic. Hand. Yeah. I love this film. I absolutely love it. It's a 5-star movie.
Top notch for you?
Yeah, top notch.
I absolutely adore this film. I've seen it loads of times. I watched it recently, like about maybe a month ago. I just stuck it on randomly with a mate, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I put this on," because it is so special. Like you said about Paddy Constantine, he was, when you watch him in what's it called, World's End. He's very like not like wimpy, like the other guy's much wimpy. I can't remember. Eddie, something his name is. His name. But he's even in Mobland, he's the weakest of the family. In this, he is the most terrifying human in the world. You can have all the muscles in the world, all the martial arts skills in the world. You would not fuck with this guy.
No, absolutely
he is brilliant. That scene when he's in the pub. I don't want to say the swear word. I'll bleep it out, but. And it's so scary, like.
And it's the intensity when he says it. The worst thing about this, right, is Second Sight, who are one of the biggest film distributors at the moment, right, Jenks? They're releasing a lot of movies on 4K and Blu-ray. And they announced that they were doing a 4K. I know you won't be interested in this, Jenks, but the chat might be.
Yeah.
They announced that they were doing a 4K restoration of Dead Man's Shoes. And then a few months later, they were like, we haven't got enough for the movie to restore it to 4K. So they basically abandoned it, and they're going to do it on Blu-ray, which, it's still good. It's a very dark, gritty movie, so I don't think it needs to be on 4K. No. I think it still needs to keep that. Yeah, it's part of the charm. So
totally.
I don't think it needs to be crystal clear, but apparently the film's a bit of a mess to get together, Jenks. I think it was very independent and very cheap to make, so I don't think they've got good negatives of this movie.
The drug scene in it is one of the most visceral and hard to watch scenes. It's just so you feel like they must have been on drugs in that moment. Again, I'm not going to read spoilers. There's just a drug scene in it. If you've seen it, you know what I'm on about. If you haven't, it won't matter. It is so intense, and I could be wrong, chat, but if there's a more intense, more realistic, more horrifying scene in any other film, I'd love to see that film because it is amazing. It is so, honestly, Shane Meadows, when I was watching, I was thinking about you and me trying to want to make a film, and I'm like, you always imagine you have to be slick and be like Tarantino and have clever transitions. When you watch a Shane Meadows film, he does none of that. It's just
None of
he's
it.
filming people and he's watching. It's people he's filming. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trickery and stuff. It's cool as fuck. But he lets the characters breathe and the script breathe, and I'm guessing there's a lot of ad-libbing, and it is intense. I highly recommend it. It's the same guy who directed This Is England, if you're not
One of my
familiar with
favorite
him.
movies. One of my favorite movies.
Do you know This Is England? Do you know in Australia, it could be, it may have changed now, but there's no, you know, the watershed is, Kurt.
I think so.
Like when you have, like, you're not allowed to show things for a certain time. So no swear words before 9 o'clock on TV or whatever. I don't think they've got on Australia because This Is England when I was in Australia. It was on at 10 in the morning, and it wasn't cut. It was just full on. It was like, how is this on normal TV?
Yeah.
This is mental. This is the most inappropriate film ever.
Imagine your 10-year-old watching This Is England with his Cocoa Pops.
Yeah, well, in Australia as well, the the radio DJs like swear and stuff.
That's awesome.
I don't know about the F word, but anyway, I'm going to put this in top notch. I love this fucking film.
Absolutely.
Right, the next up, this is probably one of the most mainstream of the year, and it's Saw. Saw 1 came out 2004, mostly. I think in some parts of America, they might have got it 2003. I'm not sure, but it's a bit... but yeah, I think this is awesome. Lee Winnell's first... writing gig, was it, or certainly the first mainstream one?
Yeah, of course. This was the movie that made them. Yeah, it was James Wan and Lee Winnell. Yeah,
James Wan. It is so good. It's so good that they made a film trying to be like a bit of a Seven with a bit of a twist in it, with a very low budget. It was so good, so successful that they absolutely fast tracked the sequel and repurposed an existing script just to get it out there. And then it became one of the biggest, longest running franchises ever. But this started it all. And it is one of my favorite films ever. In fact, I've seen this more times than I've seen Seven, even though I would say Seven's probably a better film, but I would rather watch this. And I would put this in.
You've had more time to watch this one, haven't you?
Yeah. For me, I would put this in. Whoa, that was bloody awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jenks. It's a great movie, and this is independent filmmaking at its finest, right?
Yeah.
They did everything to save money on this one. They were just two youngsters trying to make a movie. They did everything they could to get this one as cheap as possible. I mean, the script was a lot more elaborate to start with, and they only went with the one location because of how cheap it would be. There was actually talk of them doing it in an elevator because they thought that would be cheaper. A completely independent movie. Somehow they got Danny Glover and even though it was, he was at the end of his career, Danny Glover and what's his name, Blondie,
Carrie Louise, is there something like that?
Carrie Elwes.
Carrie.
Yes.
Yes.
So they've got two recognizable stars in this one, and then obviously you've got Lee Winnell as well, who he plays one of the guys stuck in the room. He was an unknown face then, but it's a great one, and I remember this one so well when it came out because I remember there was a massive billboard in Llanelli where I grew up, and I didn't know anything about the movie. This was before I had internet or I knew anything about movies themselves. I just remember seeing the massive billboard, and all it was, right, it was a black billboard, and it said, "Have you seen Saw?" And I found it funny because it looked like Seesaw, and I always found that quite funny, and that's why it's like stuck in my head. But I remember being obsessed with this film before I even knew anything about it, like, and well, I obviously had a shock when I watched it first because I was way too young to be watching something that grisly. But
where are you gonna stick it?
It's top notch. If any movie's going in, top notch, gents.
I'll read this comment out because it's a bit of a cheek. Eli Corder says these tier ranking names are long as shit, Jenks. Look, I went to see Oasis yesterday. You could hear in my voice is hoarse, and I had to come up with fucking tier names and put this together. You're lucky on anything. Yeah, I love Saw, and do you know what? It did something different, and Tobin Bell's performance all the way through, even the bad films, he is Saw, and whenever he's monologuing, whenever he's giving his reasons for why he does it, you believe him. He is a brilliant actor, and it's very well written, The reverse bear trap idea on the jaw is the first one, isn't it? The jaw one. Or am I mixing up?
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
I don't think so, no.
No, that's she's got that. She's the girl who escapes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she actually escapes, and I think I think maybe they use it in a later one. He does get his jaw ripped. Yeah, it's got one of the best twists ever. Again, I know it's an old film, but it's not worth seeing it because somebody.
Yeah, it's pointless seeing it, isn't it? Like, if people have seen it, they know.
Yeah, there's no point in seeing it. Yeah, awesome. Right, Kurt, Open Water. Do you want to kick this off?
Yeah, I remember this one being a real big deal when it came out. Another one I remember vividly from this time. I think this must have been a time in movies where I was just becoming aware. Do you know what I mean, Jenks? Like you remember a year, you remember movies coming out, because there's so many movies I haven't seen in a long time, but I remember very well from when they came out. And yeah, I think Open Water was another one that was very independent, very low budget, that made a massive splash and started that new trend. And it's horrific because we've seen so many shark movies where they're in boats or they're on some sort of land. Whereas this one, it's like, no, they're in water. They've got no protection whatsoever. The whole movie is them just stuck in open water. And you've got one of them starts to bleed, I believe, Jenks. And then the shark starts circling them. I haven't seen this one maybe since like 2006 or something, Jenks. But I remember quite a bit about it. And this one's an absolute banger.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see this in the cinema, my wife, and I love found footage. It's not quite found footage. It's filmed like it is found footage, but obviously nobody's filming them. Some fishermen, all right?
All right. It's not fucking found footage, Jenks.
No, but it's got that feel, it's got it's like shaky cam and stuff, and it feels like, I think they're trying to pass it off almost as found footage, even though it's not possible. It's just, I think I love this film. The only thing I would say, they're saying based on a true story. It's like, how the fuck could anybody know these two people were eaten by sharks? They just were missing, It was like so loose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved.
You don't know what they were saying in that open water.
Yeah.
You don't know what they were saying.
It's like, as if like, these people were missing. They got eaten by sharks. No, they were missing. That's all you fucking know. You can't say this happened. But I'm nitpicking. I really like this film. I've seen it a bunch of times. The sequel, which is not quite the sequel. I think they just strapped on the title, I think, with the one, it's called Adrift. It was Adrift in this country. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And then I think it's rebranded, or in America, it was Open Water 2 when they're stuck outside the boat. They can't get back on the boat.
Yeah, that's a really good film.
Brilliant film.
Because they've got a baby on board.
I think so, yeah.
No, they have. I remember it quite well. So they jump off the boat. They can't get back on it because it's quite high. But there's a baby on board, and that's why it's intense, like, because they're trying to get back into the baby.
I think maybe it was originally called, I think they just rebranded it as Open Water 2. I think it's Open Water 3. They just chucked a label on it. Yes, I love this film. I'm going to stick this on. Whoa, that was bloody awesome.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Jenks. And I hate agreeing with you.
I know, it sucks.
I agree.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to read a few... Do you want to read a few comments, Kurt?
Yeah, go on. Right, let me get to where we were. Right, we got some talking here. Share Meadows. Gina says, only heard of Dead Man's Shoes earlier on a video, Barry and Jibber Jabber, so never seen. I'd highly recommend this one, Gina. You can pick it up on DVD very easily.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that one. Definitely watch it. Gina says, according to someone, the PG 4K of Jaws shows a woman's downstairs. I'm pleased it didn't show up when I was a kid being on TV when I was 5.
Is that right? Oh my God.
Dawn says, never heard of Dead Man's Shoes. Dawn, I highly recommend this one. Eli says, Saw is, whoa, that was bloody awesome.
Yes. Who says those titles are too long? My rankings.
Vivian, Saw 1 and 2 was so good. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Jenks, your camera's gone like that.
Oh.
I think. I've only ever owned the first Saw, so I've had it on DVD, Blu-ray, and now 4K. I've never owned any other Saw movie on physical media.
1, 2, and 10 my favourite.
Yeah, definitely. There we are. You got that one up. IG says such a good ending. The best ending. You can't beat a good twist. You can't.
No.
Vivian says love Amanda.
Yes, cool character.
Donkey. Second one's great. Eli hasn't seen Open Water. Get on it, Eli.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
a
worth
cracker,
it.
pal. Jill's Open Water, what a film. Loved it, but I do love all shark films. I'll tell you what, right, Jenks? She's saying there now, right, she loves all shark films. I need to get up what it was called, right? My brother texted me earlier and he says, you'll never guess what Mammy's watching. Malibu Shark Attack. Anyone in the chat, right, just Google Malibu Shark Attack and have a look at the atrocity that is. Oh my God.
I saw a trailer or a clip of Land Shark where there's a shark who can run.
Yeah.
How is that scarier than him being in the fucking water?
It's no worse than Ghost Shark, and there's a house being haunted by a ghost shark.
Yeah, I saw a clip of that, and he can still eat in it, even though he's like see-through, like transparent.
Vivian says, I am terrified of deep water, so this one held my interest and I loved it. They made it on weekends and vacations. A lot of people go missing on dives. That's amazing. I didn't know that. But yeah, proper independent movie. If you like that one, guys, I'd highly recommend 47 meters down. It's a great one.
Yeah, right.
One more and we're caught up. That's I haven't either, Eli, unless like the Meg or Deep Blue Sea. I don't do sharks. Deep Blue Sea is a banger. I watched that recently on 4K. It was gorgeous.
Right, next up, I'll kick this off. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Now, I'm a big fan of the first three ones, okay? I loved Signs. I know people have a lot of hate for it. And Davey, like a couple of weeks ago, said he didn't like it at all. I love Signs, right? And I remember seeing a magazine where M. Night Shyamalan was on the front cover, and he was promoting Signs. And
The next
Spielberg. And I was like, do you know what? If he nails The Village, because I knew he was coming out, I was like, yeah, I think he could be the next Spielberg. This guy has got a magic. Now, all his plots, all his sort of elevator pitches, even his bad films, even The Happening, always sound intriguing. That sounds great. And this sounded great about this village in the past, and you've got a treaty with these monsters in the woods. And as long as they don't go in the woods, the monsters don't affect the villagers. Brilliant idea, right on board. Great cast. You got Joaquin Phoenix, Sigourney Weaver, and it was just shit. Not shit. It was just very disappointing. The monsters, when the twist ruins the film, it doesn't enhance it. A twist should enhance a film. Like Sixth Sense, you can watch that film and you love the film even more. Of like, fucking hell, that is amazing. Saw's the same. The twist enhances it. A twist should not ruin it. It shouldn't destroy your second viewing, because again, can I spoil the fucking village?
Go on, because it's the main reason people don't like this movie.
Yeah. So basically, the twist is that the monsters are the actual villagers, the elders, and they've just to stop people going out into the real world. And then another twist then is that it's actually not in the past; it's in the present, and that's the problem. And you start looking back and dissecting it, of like, hang on, why did they send Bryce Dallas Howard into the woods? And why would they just send to get the medicine? Why couldn't they just send like an elder who knows about the monsters, send the blind girl? And then there's a bit in it where it really annoyed me, where once the twist was revealed that it's in the present, and she ends up in this like a hut or something where M. Night Shyamalan's like a security man or something.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what about planes? And then as I thought it, he explains it. Well, there's no, they stopped planes flying over. Like, oh, that's a proper exposition to be full of shit, mate. Yeah, so for me, I'm gonna stick this. Look, it's not quite shit, so it's going there. Oops.
Yeah, I agree, Jenks. This is one of my lesser liked M. Night movies. Now, I liked it when I first watched it, when it came out. Again, I was really young when this came out, and I was high on M. Night. I'd obviously already seen his previous three, which are all phenomenal movies.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it when I first watched it, and then I thought I liked it, but I never go back to it. Now I go back to M Night's films a lot. I'm a big fan of a lot of his movies. Right, he's done some crap, but there's plenty. I think there's plenty in there to like. Right, he's done plenty of good movies. But I never go back to this one. I always skip it. Now I haven't seen it in maybe 15 years, Jenks.
Yeah.
And I thought I liked it, but maybe I don't. But I've got the same problem with you. Once you find out the twist and then you start questioning the rest of the movie, like you said, it shouldn't affect the rest of the film, the twist.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this was just about when M. Night maybe got a bit ahead of himself, started to believe his own hype.
Yeah.
And unfortunately had a miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably put it in the same place.
Totally. Eli says, I just texted Davey and we need that we need need him here to set Jenks straight.
Yeah, get it done.
Yeah. So
Do you know M. Nights has teamed up with Nicholas Sparks on his next movie?
who's he?
It's a romance novelist.
Nicholas Sparks. He rings a bell.
Really famous romance novelist. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in there.
Oh, do you know where I was gutted, Kurt? Right? Do you remember when No Devil came out? Which I love that film. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, Devil's great. Yeah.
Like he wrote that. Well, it's based on his short story. I don't think he wrote the script. I think he wrote the story.
Right. The Notebook.
Yeah. Oh yes, The Notebook and a lot of.
Dear John.
Oh God, yeah. Chick shit.
Yeah. So he's teamed up with Nicholas Sparks, I believe.
Well, anyway, so Devil came out, right? And it was the perfect vehicle for M. Night Shyamalan because he was like, M. Night Shyamalan is a really good storyteller. He's just not a very good script writer. He doesn't know how to write humans. The dialogue, the spouts out. He used to. I don't know what's happened. The dialogue in the first few films are brilliant. But he just doesn't know how to write human beings. And I think he needs to work with other people. And with Devil, we watched it together again last year or maybe, or this year, I can't remember what it was. And he was meant to make a trilogy. It was going to be called something. Do you remember?
No. I don't remember who it was meant to be called.
It was when he was going to make a trilogy where he would write the story and other directors would write the script and direct, and it would be his sort of project. And the second film after Devil was going to be about a court case trying to prove the existence of supernatural. And I thought, oh, that sounds amazing. And it never came because maybe Devil didn't make bank or something. But I thought, oh, that's what he should do. He should give his stories to other people.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
There's so many movies like that. Movies that never got made.
I think his trilogy was called The Midnight Hour or something, or The Devil's Hour. I don't know. Anyway, where are you putting it? Same as me?
Yeah, same place, yeah. Forgettable.
Right. Yeah. Jordan says, wander out the village into an Asda car park and discover meal deals never go back.
Do you accept Sage as currency?
Yeah. Eli quote as chick shit, such a silver tongue, Jenks.
He's ridiculous in Eli. It's ridiculous.
I know. And you know, I'm the one banging on about Legally Blonde and Bridesmaids. I love them.
I know.
Right, Curtis, you can kick this one off because I don't want to.
I couldn't be less interested in this franchise.
It's Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. I clocked out after the first one. I had no interest in this one. I think the only thing good about this one is how good Nemesis looks. But bear in mind, I haven't watched it since it came out, and I've only seen the first 3 Resident Evils, and then I think I've seen like an hour of one of the later ones when she's riding a motorbike on top of a building. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to say in this one, Jenks. I cannot remember an inch of this movie. I have no interest in Resident Evil.
Yeah, I just want to say this quick. Vivian says, let's send the blind girl to save her life. It's so stupid. Hitting a fucking tree. Down a fucking ditch, stupid. Gina says, more people than likes, please. Hit that like. It takes no time. Yes.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah, I really hate. Look, I don't mind the first one. I think it's loads of problems with it. Techno music in a fucking zombie movie, no thanks. But it's stupidly, the first one stupidly did the give away the twist of the fact it's an underground base, thinking, oh, people have played the game. Not everyone plays the game. Some people just want to watch a film.
Yeah, 100%.
And this one was shit. It was so bad. You had zombies coming out of the ground, even though it's a virus. How the fuck have they been buried in graves? Their funerals. This was crap. I'm going to put this in shit. The third one's quite good, I think. But yeah, this one's shit.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jenks. Put in shit.
Shit. We need something in shit, innit? Have we ever done a tier that nothing gone in the shit? I'm sure.
No, never. If anything, you've at least put one in there.
Yeah, I think I was harsh before put something in because something pissed me off, and I got felt a bit guilty because I was just had some beef with it.
Probably a film I loved.
Yeah, John says, I remember binging the first 5 Resident Evil movies, all as first time watches. Day wasted. Never get that day back. Right then. Oh, I'm gonna kick this off, Kurt. Dawn of the fucking Dead. Zack Snyder's masterpiece. I love this movie. I absolutely love it.
Zack Snyder's masterpiece that's free on YouTube, guys.
Look, Brain Dead is free on YouTube and Day of the Dead, okay? So don't even go there. I watched Day of the Dead on YouTube today. So shut your mouth.
Today.
I honestly, this film is so good. And I don't know what's going on with Zack Snyder. He's kind of lost his way. I think maybe he's got too much say now in his movies, like with Rebel Moon and stuff. And I think
that's gone though, innit? That's gone now. It's gone.
Yeah. He really this Dawn of the Dead. He really gets zombies. Like if you're a hardcore zombie fan, you'll get that because he says something in the making of. He says, "I don't like zombies too close up where they look too human. They have to be in masses." And I'm like, yes, that is exactly what I love about them. The rioting element. And I love this movie. It's got a great opening. It's got some great characters, memorable characters. And James Gunn wrote it as well. And Stephen King fucking loves it. George Romero didn't like it though. But
No.
What the fuck does he know?
Jenks, the fact that Stephen King likes it says nothing because he likes everything. Every week he's posting on his fucking Twitter saying, "Oh, just saw Presents 5-star."
Oh shit!
You've lost all credibility, boy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, look, there's no surprise. I'm a huge fan of this film, and I'm going to put this in top notch.
Yes, I agree with you, Jenks. The only time I shit in this movie is to piss you off. I think this is a phenomenal movie. Now, up until, was it last year, Jenks, I hadn't seen this movie in maybe over 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. Because I love the original so much. Now, like we've said many times, you can enjoy both of them. You can like the original for its own thing, and then same with the new one. Other than the location, they're so far apart that you can just enjoy them both. You don't have to look too closely at the similarities because George Romero's got a vision and so has Zack Snyder. They're two different films and they go in different ways, right? But when I was younger, I did see it that way. I was like, well, I love the original. I don't care about this new one. And I don't give a shit about it. So I didn't watch it for years. But yeah, I watched it last year and I've watched it 2 more times since. It's phenomenal. It is one of the greatest zombie movies out there. And Jenks, I put it in my top 5 greatest zombie movies ever made now.
I was going to thought you were going to put in your top 5 favourite films ever. There's no fucking room in your top 5.
No chance. Hey, my top 10 is 50. My top 5 is solid, right?
Yeah.
My top 5 is untouched. But you're right, Jenks. It is one of the best zombie movies out there. I love the characters. I love the dynamic. And I love the fact that they spend time to have fun in the mall as well.
Yeah.
Specifically when they're on top of the roof and they're speaking to that guy across the way and they come up with that game where he finds a zombie that looks like someone famous.
Yeah.
And one of them is Burt Reynolds anyway. And he puts up the sign Burt Reynolds. And then you're kind of looking for the one that looks like Burt Reynolds and you spot him. But this one's heaps of fun, but at the same time it's terrifying. It's probably the scariest zombies have ever been. It's phenomenal. It's such a good movie. And it's got one of the greatest openings of all time.
Oh, 100%. And it's got a really brilliantly convincing zombie baby that's disturbing and not laughable. It is a special film, and I think if people have fallen out of love with him, like they don't like these DC films, and you might think, oh, I don't watch a Zack Snyder film. Watch this; it is special.
Well, this doesn't feel like a Zack Snyder film, does it? Like 300 does,
Yeah.
but this one doesn't. This is a zombie movie that he made. It's got his flair, don't get me wrong, but it feels like his movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at this now. Gina has just gifted 5 memberships. Oh, Gina, you're too generous, man. Honestly.
Thank you
Absolute
so much,
legend.
Gina. Look at that. 5 memberships. You were keeping this channel afloat, I'm telling you.
Yeah, actually, you're
Gina, you're far too kind. Thank you so
fair.
much.
Yeah, you're a legend. Eli says Dawn of the Dead is top notch. It's not as good as the original, but still a good movie. That's fair enough. I would never argue about which is better. I prefer this one, but it's not. It's a preference only. And I think honestly, it has one of the best opening scenes, like you said, on any horror film. Vivian says Dawn of the Dead is awesome. Vivian says Stephen King writes blurbs on every horror book printed. What do you say about Evil Dead now? Is it the first or second
The
one?
most ferocious movie ever made.
Yeah,
The most ferocious and original movie ever made. Something like that.
It's probably as much weight as when a film says produced by Sam Raimi. It's like means nothing, mate.
It had a lot of weight back then. A lot of weight.
Yeah. But I'm saying when you see Sam Raimi produced, you're like, yeah, you just got your name on it, and you haven't endorsed this.
He's produced everything.
Yeah. Gina says, I love both Dawn films and love both equally. Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Brilliant. That's how you do it. And Batshit Scary says, I've literally just started watching Teacup. The missus wanted to because King said it was good.
Now, Batshit, you'll have to let me know if that one's any good, because I really fancied that. James Wan produced it.
What is it?
It got cancelled after 1 season.
Is it?
So I was reluctant then. When shows get cancelled after 1 season, I'm always reluctant to watch it, because am I going to get to the end? Are they going to set up a second season? And am I going to enjoy it? And then more importantly, am I going to be disappointed?
Yeah.
Like they did with The Mist. Now, I really enjoyed The Mist.
It's a great series.
It was great.
Yeah,
and it got cancelled. And even though I've read the book and we know what happens, they still left it on a cliffhanger and we didn't get that second season.
Yeah. Just want to put this on the screen, Kurt. Gina's been a member for 7 months. Awesome.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Gina, you're such an awesome person. Thank you so much. And a great channel member and an even better moderator.
Yes. Right. Next up, Kurt, you can kick this off. Alien versus Predator. Not quite horror, but fuck it.
Who cares, isn't it?
It's our channel. Do we fucking want?
It's more horror than Blade Trinity and Hellboy.
Yeah.
Come on, innit? Jesus Christ. And Van Halen.
Van Halen.
Van Helsing, probably.
Oh, there's Dracula in it.
Now, this is another one I haven't seen in a very long time. I remember absolutely loving this movie when it came out. Obviously, like I've said many times on this podcast, you got to forgive me, because I was 11 years old when these movies came out, right? Not to make you feel bad there, Jenks, but I was 11 in 2004, so all these movies had a big impact on me because they were movies I was enjoying at a young age, right?
Yeah.
And I loved this. It was the same as Freddy vs. Jason. It was pitting 2 of the biggest sci-fi characters in movie history together. And it's just a little bit underwhelming. Now, you could say the same with Freddy vs. Jason. As much as I love that movie, a lot of it's for nostalgic purposes. I feel like when you put these 2 characters together, it can never live up to your expectations. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? No matter how good they make it, these movies can never live up, because they're both equally great on their own. When you put them together, does it work? It doesn't usually work out that way. Requiem was much worse though, so I'll give this one a little bit of leeway. But Jenks, I haven't seen this movie in about 15 years.
We're going to put it in the middle?
In the middle, yes.
Hey, not bad, boyo.
Yeah.
I remember Requiem thinking something wrong with my TV was so dark. I was like, is there something wrong? And I read the reviews and was like, I can't fucking see it. It's a darkest film. Look, when I first saw this, I believe I saw it in the cinema. I'm sure I did. And I remember thinking it's a bit shit. I remember thinking, why is she like teaming up with the Predator as if he's a good guy? Put all those humans in danger. The actual alien is the good guy because it's just an animal. The Predator is much more calculated. But then because there's been so many bad alien movies, bad Predator movies, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back to an older one. And because I got Disney Plus, I stuck it on. I thought, you know what, it's all right. It's one of the better ones. It's Paul W. Anderson again, isn't it? I think.
Is it?
Yeah. It's him
I didn't even
again.
know that.
Yeah,
Paul
it's
W.S. Anderson.
W.S. Anderson. Yeah, not to be mistaken
yeah.
with the other guy who's like really arty-farty.
yeah.
Forgot. It's him. He did it. So it's probably one of his better ones as a filmmaker. Look, I'm going to stick in the middle as well. It's a fun watch. It's harmless. It doesn't hurt the franchise. And yeah, it's an easy hour and a half or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I just want to read this quick. Hang on, just to go back. Batshit Scary says perfect example of is Hannibal. Only 3 seasons of that and loved it. Never got to the Silence of the Lambs chapter because it got cancelled. Still one of my favourite horror shows.
It's phenomenal. Mads Mikkelsen is one of my favourite actors. He is a great Hannibal Lecter. I loved that show. I remember buying each season on DVD as it came out, like, because this was before the internet, you know.
Yeah.
Or at least before streaming was a big thing. I shouldn't say internet, streaming. But I remember getting a season for Christmas. I loved that show.
I remember starting watching that and kind of enjoying it, but at the time I was kind of done with cops that had special skills. This cop can hear 5 miles away. This cop is blind, but he can smell the baddies. And I was like,
baddies.
Oh no, not another. And this one, you could look at a room and like, oh, for fuck's sake. And there was so many of them, I think, because House was out at the time.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, every cop needs to have some sort of magic power almost. Anyway, Eli says Alien vs Predator it's not quite shit territory. Well, fair enough. I think a lot of people... John Moran says Alien Requiem is a masterpiece if you turn your brightness up really far.
No, you just didn't see it, guys. You just didn't see it.
So I did like about Requiem was I like the fact it was Sleepy Town getting having Alien Prey, and I think it could have been good.
Oh,
they fucked it.
I never wanted to see 2 of the biggest, baddest movie characters in history fighting in a leisure centre.
Is that what happens?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what I mean? They're fighting in a leisure centre next to a pool. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? It's the most anticlimactic fight of all time.
Is it up there with the having a fight in a car park in what's it called?
Civil War, Captain America. Civil War.
No, that's in an airport. That's quite cool. No, what's that fucking film called now? With it's M. Night Shyamalan, Unbreakable 2. What's it called? Glass. The big finale in a car park. And then they fight and he pushes his head in a puddle. It's like, fucking hell, that is the worst. Can't be worse than that. I'll take a leisure centre over a car park.
Well, it is kryptonite is water, but okay.
But this guy says she was teaming up with the Predator because the enemy was the enemy is my friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Do you need more explanation than that, Jenks? All right. Listen, I'm tender. I've been a gig last night. Don't be mean. Right, should we move on?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do this one quick because we've talked about this lots. Blade 3 is fucking shit. I hated it. It's going straight in there.
Yeah, I'll keep this one short, guys. Blade, Trinity. Oh, what a letdown compared to the first 2. The first one is a masterpiece. I think overall I prefer the second one as a complete movie. Now, there's scenes in the first one I prefer. So many cool moments.
Yeah.
But, what a letdown this was. I can remember being excited. I remember seeing a clip. It was that clip where he jumps out of the building and he does like the superhero drop. And I can remember being like, oh my fucking God, that's awesome. Again, guys, I was 11, okay?
Yeah.
I thought it looked awesome. And Dracula in it, that's the biggest disappointment for me.
Yeah, he just didn't look like a good Dracula, even
No, he was terrible.
Yeah.
That guy was never Dracula.
It was just so bad. Like I said in another video, but I remember thinking like the plot is this time the cops are after Blades. Like they've always been after him. He's been framed by the vampires. Like that is not a thing. He doesn't give a shit. He's a fucking vampire himself. Like it's nonsense. Yeah. Terrible. I remember Whistler telling him, "We're in the shit now, Blades. The cops are like." you're already a vigilante. Like, this is nonsense. Like, absolute nonsense. Is he going to shit, Kurt?
Yeah.
Check it in. Just want to say hello to somebody. We got Paula Fitzhenry. How's it going?
Hey,
Thanks
Paula.
for jumping on. We appreciate it. Yes, this was shit. Ryan Reynolds was basically Ryan Reynolds. Well, at the time he was now he's out Ryan Reynolds. At that time he was quite new, wasn't he?
If anything, this was like a grittier Ryan Reynolds, a bit rougher,
Yeah, and the only good thing about it, you had a very, very hot Jessica Biel in her prime. So I sounded quite pervy. I did.
You did, Jenks. That's why I'm just going to stay silent.
Yeah, primed. Yeah, sounding like a bit more. But she was.
Can we
hot.
move on?
Anyway, next up we've got Hellboy. I stuck it on the list because it was.
This is the first thing from a horror movie, but he does look like the devil, so I suppose.
He's from hell. It's horror.
Anyway, this is a phenomenal movie. Again, another one I remember vividly coming out. I love this one and the sequel. Ron Perlman is phenomenal in this movie.
Yeah.
I love the monsters, the action, everything's fantastic in this one. I'd never heard of Hellboy when this movie came out. So I went in completely blind. And I've gone back to this one a fair few times, but I haven't seen it in a while. But I'd put it one tier down from top. One tier down.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. This is a cracking film. I wanted to like the second one, but I think it was just overkill with the monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember there's one monster in the second one. Had like a cathedral on his head, grown out of his head. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I didn't mind the remake of it. I haven't seen the new one. Crooked Man.
I really enjoyed David Harbour's Hellboy. I think that's another Neil Marshall movie. I think that one's got way too much hatred. I really like David Harbour's Hellboy. I thought he actually looked better than Ron Perlman. Now, it was to do with the makeup that they give him. I think he looks more menacing. But I prefer his look of Hellboy. And I tried to watch The Crooked Man, Jenks. I lasted about half hour.
It's terrible, is it? It's weird. That's just popped from nowhere, didn't it?
It is awful. It's terrible.
I think the problem with the remake of Hellboy was that they should have just made number 3 and recast if they wanted to. It was classed as like a remake. I think he looked too similar. Obviously, the makeup is the makeup, but they were very similar. And apparently, Ron Perlman didn't get a phone call. I think he was up for doing it. And I was like, he's awesome. It's just, he's perfect for that role.
Yeah, 100%.
I just want to read this quick. Eli says, I love how everyone is always giving Jenks shit. Jenks, you're too awesome. My guy. Yeah, thank you, dude. I can take it. I've been around the block. I'm 46. When we go off camera, I'm like, right, Curtis, you can kick this off. Shaun of the Dead.
Do you know what? There's a million things we can say about this one, but I'm kind of sick of talking about it now.
Me too.
We've spoke about this movie so much. It's had its own videos. It's had its own watch party. We've talked about zombie movies. Everyone on this channel knows how much we love this film. It's probably, or is, my second favourite zombie movie of all time. It is the perfect mix of humour and horror, the greatest homage to George Romero there's ever been.
Yep.
And this is a movie that was made with so much love. It's got so much charm. And it's something we can call our own down here in Britain. I'm obsessed with this movie. I'm obsessed with this trio. You've got Nick Frost, Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright. Probably my favourite trio in cinema.
Yeah.
I just adore this movie. I adore every single one of the films they've done together, even the ones outside of the Cornetto trilogy. It's a perfect movie. I adore it. It's great.
You're right. You summed that up perfect. It is a perfect movie. I couldn't look. I love nitpicking about films, even if I love them. And I couldn't change this if I tried.
No, 100%.
There's plenty to. There's a handful of things to change in The World's End. There's nothing to change in Hot Fuzz, but this is a masterpiece. And I know again we say this a lot, but this is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I think Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, because they wrote it together, I think they're two of the greatest writers in cinema. If you look at the movies they've done together, and even look at the movies Edgar Wright's done on his own, They are so talented, and they're just two friends from England
Yeah.
who wanted to make movies. They met coincidentally, and they formed a bond very quickly. The only reason they started working together, right, is because they enjoyed spending time with each other so much.
Yeah.
So same with Nick Frost. Nick Frost was not an actor. He had no experience in the scene. Simon Pegg was already on the scene doing comedy shows, and they just loved spending time together. So he wanted him in his show. He wanted him in his films. And it shows on screen. You can really see their bond. And that's why these movies work so well, because you can tell that they're best friends.
Yeah.
And Simon Pegg said it himself, like, I love that guy so much. I wanted to spend every second of the day with him.
Yeah.
And that's why, writing aside, directing aside, it's their chemistry that make this movie the movie that it is. It's one of the greatest.
It is one of the greatest, and it could be the best, my favorite, like, British film, let alone zombie or horror. I really want to get the band back together, the three of them working together again.
Well, it's never going to happen, Jenks. Nick Frost has just signed up to play Hagrid. That's what's that? 10 years now gone.
Easily.
Edgar Wright is super busy.
How good does Running Man look?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
I can't wait for that.
And Simon Pegg, they've all got their own careers now. They're all really busy separately. And Simon Pegg said himself, like, Edgar Wright and him are really interested in doing a movie together. They just can't find the time.
Yeah. I'm trying to read this quickly. So Paul Fitzhenry says, what about Scream 4? That didn't come out 2004, did it?
No, because I went to cinema to watch that.
That was like 2010, was it?
Well, I was either 15 or 16 when that came out, because I went to cinema to watch it.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so these are all, if you just jumped on, and it's 2004 we're doing. I know we waffle a lot. We probably lost sight of what we're doing, but we'll cover that maybe in a later one, maybe whenever it came out. Just want to read this quick. Gina says, if you consider subscribing and becoming a Twisted Knight by joining the memberships. Oh, cheers for that. Yes.
Thank you,
Join
Gina.
up, 99 cents, bargain. Vivian, did you see the extras on the DVD of Shaun?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen just about every extra you can get of that movie. I've rinsed that on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K, looking for new stuff. It's one of those movies that I've done a proper deep dive in, Jenks. Like, I want to know everything about this movie.
Yeah.
All the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, and it's one of the most layered films. Like, you can watch it 100 times and you still find new things. Like we said before, I found 2 new things.
Yeah. I watched it in cinema last year for its anniversary. Or was it this year?
Last year. Oh,
last year.
I don't know.
Either way, and I was watching it and I thought, oh, fucking hell, I've discovered like 4 new things that I'm laughing at. Because the thing is, as well, with movies like this, sometimes you laugh over things, and then on your 6th watch, you don't laugh at that again, and you discover something new because you're concentrating on something else.
You just know how good a filmmaker you must be, that you have confidence that people are gonna have. It's gonna have rewatch value, like, not just like, I made it, great, let's hope it makes some money. It's like, no, I want people to keep watching it.
100%.
For years to come. Oh, right. What a shit one to end on, Kurt. Val Helsing. Yeah.
Now, I'll start this one, right? I said this loads of times, right? But I will say, I absolutely loved this movie when it came out, right? I was obsessed with it. I bought all the figures. I bought the castle set. I had everything, right? I bought the Xbox game that came out with it. I was obsessed with it, right? And because I was so into horror movies and it was a new horror film, but geared towards someone my age, I loved it. And I used to watch it a lot when it came out. And as an adult, it's fucking shit. Yeah, it is not a good film. It is so flawed. Yeah. And I can't believe that I loved it as much as I did. But what kills me, right, is that reading about the movie now is that this wasn't supposed to be as PG as it was. Now, they got wind that maybe it would gear towards more of a younger audience, and they could market video games and figures and stuff like that. So they basically dumbed it down to the movie that we got. And we could have ended up getting a really cool horror movie, but instead we got this absolute mess of a movie. But I will say, for nostalgic purposes, I would not put this movie in bottom tier because I
Okay,
loved this
one
film.
up.
Yeah, one
So,
up.
well, not quite shit. I saw this in the cinema. I was going to say, I was also almost going to say I was lucky enough, but no, I hated this film. It's fucking shit. It was peak Hugh Jackman. Again, I love the guy. He was coming off of the success of Wolverine. It was Stephen Summers who did the Mummy. I don't like the Mummy. Look, I got no beef with it. I don't mind the first one. I'm just not a fan of CGI horror films. Very heavy on the CGI. I remember watching this film in the cinema, and even though it came out, I was going to say when this came out. Then I was going to do a youth. Even though in 2004, it was a long, 21 years ago. I remember when you see Mr. Hyde, the monster,
Yeah.
the CGI was jarringly bad, even for then. It wasn't like
Yeah.
looking now with shit. I remember the cinema going, "Oh my god, they
Yeah.
must have run out of money." That it was like it was up there with like the Scorpion King in Mummy 2,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
the worst fucking thing you've ever seen. It's like the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evil vampire women are sexy, but it's all CGI, everything CGI. I just don't like films like that. I'm gonna stick this in shit.
Shit. Now, this was my Avengers movie. Now, this to me was more exciting than Avengers when I was that age because I was into all those movie monsters. I grew up watching the Universal monsters like Frankenstein, Wolfman, and them. And it was exciting to me. It was like an
Yeah.
Avengers movie. Like, we're going to have a film with all of these characters in it. And it's a shame that it's not a good film. And unfortunately, my young eyes were fooled.
Yeah.
But I'd love to go back and revisit this one.
Listen,
would,
you're
I
old.
would.
You're old as a fool as well because you don't like presents. It's
Shut
you
up.
still got the same affliction on your eyeballs.
Hey,
They need-
only 3 people you know have said it's good. That is not enough people to say I'm in the wrong.
Come on, I don't know. I don't know rocking graves, do
Right.
I?
Before you start trashing me, right? Look at this lovely comment from Eli, right? Before you give me shit. You guys remind me of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Y'all have awesome chemistry. You see that, Jenks? Do you feel bad now for giving me shit?
I'm
Also,
I'm
Eli, that's too much of a nice compliment. I'd love to have their chemistry.
yes, they are legends.
Jenk, I bet, right, if I'm Simon Pegg, I bet Nick Frost doesn't do his head in as much as you do my head in.
Look, should we look at the top notch? Somehow Club Dread is the top notch. I haven't even seen it, but I don't buy that for one fucking second.
Jenks, personal opinion, my friend.
So now, yeah, Dead Man Shoes definitely. Saw, Dawn, Shaun. Dog. Club Dread looks so out of place.
It looks so jarring, doesn't it?
Yeah, but yes, each their own. But you're fucking wrong. That was good. Oh, look at the timing. We've been talking for 1 hour, 28 minutes. These
And-
shows, again, very slick, aren't they?
And the ranking only took us 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, was it, back to what I said earlier, I watched the trailer for Edgar Wright's new film, The Running Man. It looks awesome.
It does. There's a great bit with Michael Cera with the electrified floor, and he's got the water gun.
Yeah.
It's a really funny scene.
If there was anybody else making it, you think, oh, I hope they haven't it's just a silly film. But Edgar Wright is so good. He's so slick.
So sick.
I kind of like, I haven't seen, what's that film with Michael Cera, the computer game one? No, it's not a computer game. What's it called? Somebody versus the world.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim.
Scott
versus the
Pilgrim.
World.
I haven't seen that.
Really?
No, I think I was put off because I didn't fancy it, and it got slated, and I just never bothered. But I think it's become a bit of a cult hit now.
It
Isn't
has. It's big hit. It may have been slated when it came out, but it's got a huge following now.
Yeah.
Do you know, talking about new trailers, right? I have not seen a Tron movie. I think there's 2, Jenks.
Yeah.
Never had any interest in them, right? Couldn't care less.
Me neither.
But I seen the new Tron trailer in cinema today for the first time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have watched the trailer online because I have no address.
Aries or something it's called, isn't it?
Oh my god, it looks fucking great.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them.
The trailer is flush. It's so bright, vibrant. There's so many cool scenes in there. I may actually watch this new one. It looks great.
So I'm very, very surprised this third one got greenlit because the second one bombed, even though it was well received. I think it really came short of making bank, and I'm just very surprised they actually made a third one.
Yeah, same. Eli says can't wait for Weapons to come out. Oh, Eli, it is at the moment my most anticipated movie. They dropped that second trailer and oh my god, you know when trailers show you something but nothing's explained. It's the perfect trailer where you have no idea what's going on. The plot that we've been given is that a group of kids all belonging to one classroom get up in the middle of the night and leave their house. Well, the director, Scott Craig, has said, guys, that is literally such a small portion of what this movie's about.
Yeah.
You do not know what you're in for. That's what gets me intrigued. It was the same with Barbarian.
Yeah.
They give us a small snippet. We don't know what the film's actually about. It's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for, Jenks? Like putting a mirror or something in front of your face.
Misdirection? No.
Misdirection, man. Misdirection. Yeah. So you go in expecting one thing and you get another thing, right?
It's a lost art with these trailers. Everybody gives away too much now.
People are too scared to lose money.
Yeah.
I feel like movies have always been about money, but more so than ever now, I feel.
Yes. The last time they did that really well was Avengers Endgame, when they only showed the first 80 minutes.
Oh, they didn't need to.
I know, everyone's going to watch it anyway, but they thought the director said, no, you're only seeing the first 80 minutes snippets of it.
Yeah. This is the thing as well, right? Is that back in the day, if you missed a film in cinema, you had to wait months and months and months and months to watch it. To come out on VHS. Now, like, they're competing with everyone and everything. Like, if I don't go see this in cinema, I can watch it on Amazon in 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to grip people and get them to the cinema. And it makes sense why they're doing it. But yeah, when these movies come along that don't give you too much, I appreciate that so much.
Oh yeah, yes, I love it. I honestly, like, I remember watching the worst offender trailer was Hancock, the Will Smith film. I remember seeing that trailer, and it literally, trailers are usually a splice of everything in different order, out of sequence. The trailer was linear. It was exactly every beat, all the main bits. When you watched it, you're like, I've literally seen this film without the boring bits in between. Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, I remember working out in the Life trailer. Now, Life is the movie with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal, the space movie. I worked out from the trailer that Ryan Reynolds dies very early in the movie. I said it, right? I said, I guarantee you, Ryan Reynolds dies very early in the film, even though he's on the poster.
Yeah.
Every snippet of him they showed in the trailer was from one scene, shot in different ways, right?
Yeah.
And I went, I guarantee you he's dead. No, you shouldn't be able to work those things out from a trailer.
Yeah, because I suppose if you saw him in another scene where he's like, on the floor or something, separate. Yeah. It's a shame. Yeah, I wish I love sort of really sneaky trailers where it's just a little like Cloverfield is probably one of the most famous of just like you don't know anything, and do you want to read the last few comments, Kurt?
Yeah. We got Jordan, our lads, Black Phone 2 trailer. I saw at the cinema Saturday. Actually looks really good, and I didn't mind the first one. Yeah, Black Phone 2 looks outstanding. I like the first one. I don't love it. I've only watched it once when it came out. We watched it together, Jenks.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't love it. It's not a movie that I've bought on physical media. And I'm not surprised it's got a sequel. That movie made bank. It made so much money. Something happened at that time where loads of people went to watch it. But I'm not surprised it's got a sequel. But at the same time, I didn't feel like it was warrant a sequel.
Yeah.
But it looks phenomenal. It looks so good.
Yeah,
I like that they've gone down the Freddy Krueger route. He looks more of like a mind monster now, or some sorts. But
it's. I will watch it, but like you said, I just thought it was it was perfectly fine. His mask was pretty much the biggest selling point of the film for me.
Yeah, you know when a movie's going to do well when you see people on Halloween dressing up.
Yeah.
Or you know when a movie's done well. I've seen loads of people that year wearing the mask.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but our cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good mask.
Yeah. It's a great mask. The interchanging mouths are so good. Such a great idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Eli says Scott Pilgrim is a masterpiece. Yeah, it's a great film.
I've checked it out.
Tyler, beautiful Tron Taylor. Beautiful Tron
Trailer.
Taylor.
That's
Jesus
a mouthful.
Christ.
Taylor says Tron trailer.
It is. Watched on the big screen, I was like that. Oh my God, this film looks mesmerizing. It looks
Yeah,
so good.
yeah. The
The only
first one,
problem is that they may lose a lot of money because Jared Leto's in it.
yeah, I got to say, there's just no guarantees. I don't know how. You know, like this new F1 film now, right? It's doing really well. Okay, it's made like 250 million already, right? But it cost like over 300 million to make. You're like, how? Like you that's going to make like $1 billion to break even. Like, I don't know how the studios can greenlight these films. Like, they're
Yeah, it's
so
ridiculous.
expensive.
I may watch them, Eli. I'm definitely gonna watch the new one because it looks good. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Legacy is meant to be brilliant, but I think it just costs too much money to make money.
yeah. Good night, Wendy. Thank you so much for jumping on and sticking with us for the full hour
Yes.
and a half. Appreciate it.
I think we can wrap it up, Kurt. I got
Yes,
right,
let's do it.
guys. Thanks for jumping on tonight. I got to say, I was a little bit rough today, and I was kind of half dreading, but I actually enjoyed myself. I thought it was going to be tough,
Yeah.
but I really enjoyed tonight. And yeah, if you guys want to join our membership program, one of the Twisted Nights is 99 cents. I don't like begging, so but there is a lot of stuff. We got adding new stuff all the time, and join the queue. Even if you don't want to join it, just jumping on you and commenting is awesome.
100%. Yeah, thanks to everyone that's jumped on tonight. Again, you're all awesome, guys. You come on every time we go live and you make it an awesome one. Vivian, I hope you feel better soon. You're all awesome. Thank you so much. And Jenks, if you want to do a little plug for our Wednesday show.
Yes.
On a Wednesday show. Look at that.
Hey, that's good Twitter thumb, Kurt. Well done.
It's
love
too
it.
good, isn't it? It's too good.
Is it
But
better
yes.
because I said to change the color to pink?
Ah, shut up. But Wednesday, we're going to be doing another shit review. And I have named it, You Made Us Watch This. So on Wednesday, I'll say, welcome back to another episode of You Made Us Watch This.
Yeah.
So don't say yes if, like, yep. You're so boring sometimes, man. Yep. I'm making a joke, like. Yep. Anyway, we are gonna keep doing this, guys. Now Wednesday comes now. We'll obviously have watched Birdemic. We'll review the movie. We'll run the wheel again, and we'll do it. But we're gonna call it You Made Us Watch This. I think it's a very fitting name because you were literally making us watch shit films.
Yeah.
But I think this is gonna be a series that I enjoy a lot more than Jenks. But
Yes.
yeah. Thank you all, guys, and we'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah. Right. Cheers, guys. Have a good night. And also, don't forget to join. If you love zombies, don't forget, check out my other channel, Zombie Locker. Yeah, small little plug. Don't want to take off our own channel, but yes, Zombie Locker. It's awesome. Better than this piece of shit. Right. See you guys. I will see you on Wednesday, 7 o'clock.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, Miss Bunny, you flirt.